Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. We are going to get into another frequently asked questions with 1258, and that's me. My name is Dwayne. I go by Infidel1258, and on this channel we talk about Splinterlands all day, every day, because this game has transformed my life, and I think it can change yours. I think the real thing about making this game change your life is that you really need to begin to understand that little rewards snowball into big rewards, but also that your time and attention is worth something, and games like this are actually giving you rewards for that investment of that time and attention. And if you put those two things together, then I think you're going to come back to me in a year or two or three, just following along what we're talking about, and you're going to be astonished by what you've accomplished just by listening along with what I'm talking about. And tonight we're going to get into some questions, some frequently asked questions. We do that once a week roughly, and I love it and I look forward to it. And based on the viewership, I think you guys do too. They're generally longer videos, so if you're in a rush today and you just want like 15 minutes of Splinterlands fun, this won't be the video for you. This will be 45 to an hour, and we're going to talk about a wide range of topics that meander all over the place, but hopefully it's got a ton of value for you. So stick around, stay tuned, make sure you like and subscribe. And we are, like I said, we're going to get into comments from the channel, but if you're in the Discord, I've created a new Ask Me Anything in the Discord, in the public Discord. You guys can join anytime for free. And if you leave comments in that section, I will do my best to get in there and include those from time to time also. And one last thing before we get started, if you leave your account name and you give a good question that really helps, you know, with something, some meat on the bones, and I'm happy to send out SPS or DEC or sometimes, who knows, maybe cards. We'll see. But, you know, there's no promises associated with that. It's just, if you leave your comment and it's got some real meat on the bones, then I'm gonna show you that appreciation because you're helping drive the content. Let's get into it. The first thing is members only content coming. Some of it's already up. Thank you guys. Got 2 new members. Appreciate you guys. Jeff, my name is Jeff, and Jay Smith, I think. Thanks, guys. And from that video where I mentioned the YouTube only or members only content, there was a great question. Here it is. So 8888 says, "Hey, I'd like to know what you expect from the new death summoners. If you have some speculations," I like that word, by the way, like expectations and speculations. I like that a lot. Do you have any speculations of what ability they will come up with, and could it be speed? I think speed's a great first little, you know, could it be speed? Yes, it really could be. I think speed makes a lot of sense because you have to, the first thing, just off the top, this is off the top of my head here. I've done some research, but this is me just kind of just spinning on what you just said there. The speed thing. The first thought I think is, well, what are the powerful summoners right now, and how would it be, you know, great to counter those, or to maybe put up a competitor for those? And of course, Kitty, right? Kitty and Jodin are the 2 kings, I would say, king and queen maybe. And I would argue that speed is the thing that beats Jodin when Jodin loses. And I would say that the only thing that beats Kitty is Kitty. So what if there was another summoner that came out with even 1 speed? Because you can't undercut. It's important that the new summoners not undercut those ones that came before. You have to be really clear when you're crafting new summoners that it's not just a replica, unless it's a replica of a summoner that can no longer be used. As we previously had said, let's pop over here. I'm gonna open a new window. They do have some. I opened up Peak Monsters before the video started because I wanted to come to this with some prepared thoughts. And I have 2 windows open to show some stuff there. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, remember we've talked about before, there's summoners at the rare level. They've replaced some of them, like Lyanna Natra with a +1 heart, became Mother Kala with a +1 heart. Lyanna Natra is beta, this one's untamed. They're going to run in different circles, right? We're going to have modern, we're going to have wild. And so in wild, of course, you're going to be able to play both of them. So, you know, there's that. But during the modern format, you're going to just be able to use Mother Kala. And so they had no problem replacing that sort of utility. So I suspect we can, I would think we can expect a plus, all of the betas to be replaced, like a +1 armor. I guess we have Drake. Yeah, we do. We have Drake. So then a +1 melee. Do we have a +1 melee? Inferno, Maverick Inferno. +1 melee. Now, do we have another +1 melee? I don't think so, right? Get rid of the golds. So not yet. So that's one thing. I think there's gonna be a +1 melee. I already said that I think it'll be blue. And I said there's gonna be a +1 magic. I think it's gonna be red. What are the other important ones? There's no other, in my opinion, necessary ones that you kind of have to switch over, because they've already done the heart and they've already done the shield. I'd say those two are the big ones, and then the magic and the melee. They'll probably transfer over the nerf of the melee and the nerf of the magic. I don't really know which teams would offer those. I guess it'd be the other two, probably, right? But that's a pretty good guess right there. To like, you want to look at the past framing. What have they done? So I think those are some of your basics, and I think definitely a +1 speed rare summoner could make a lot of sense, like a Pyre type summoner for the black team. But then again, Pyre is new, right? So for them to just throw a basic +1 speed, probably not in Chaos Legion. So I think it definitely makes sense that it'd be a speed, but maybe not just speed. So I'm thinking legendary summoner. I'm thinking +1 speed. I'm thinking +1 melee. And I'm a little bit torn about what the third ability would be, but let's look at some of these legendaries. So there's the legendaries from the old beta specifically, because remember, these betas are not going to be included with the new ones, so these might be copied. I was thinking maybe Play-Doh Emberstorm might just be literally copy paste and put him into a black outfit for the Death Splinter. Could be. But also I could see maybe like a melee and a speed and something really amazing, like how about shield? Like the third ability would just be shield for all of your monsters. And then it would have to be a 7-cost legendary summoner. I think that could be possible. What else? What else could I say about that? I really think this makes a lot of sense. Why do I say that? Let's go back. Let's try and explain that. Why do I think speed and melee make sense? Well, just look at some of the team. Some of them, right now we're looking at Reward, Untamed, and Dice. We're not looking at any of the old cards because I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of the developers who are building Chaos Legion to be its own league with Reward, Untamed, and Dice. And then from the black team, these are some of the monsters that you have available to you. And you could go through and you could try to look at them and see what sort of commonalities they've done. Some of these are not actually going to apply, like Phantom Soldier is too old, but it happens to be an old reward card, so it won't actually make it into the Modern League. So you have to be careful based on looking at the skin. You have to just know that that one's too old. And same with Fallen Spectre. So I think they've made a real shift towards magic. Well, maybe not. Maybe a real shift. Boogeyman's excluded too. No, I'm going to take that back. Vampire's not included. Skeleton's not included. I'm going to say what I'm seeing is there's only one real tank that I'm seeing. Actually, two. Undead Rex and Nightmare. And yes, Pellicore Deceiver and Phantasm. But they're... No, okay, I definitely take it back. Phantasm is not in the same ballpark as these three. So Undead Rex, Pellicore Deceiver, and Nightmare. Those are going to be the three tanks. At least unless Chaos Legion launches some sort of amazing tank. And this does not include that legendary guy. Where is he? You know, we got Dark Juan and we've... Oh, Heartclaw, that was the other one. Of course, they'll be present. They'll be very popular. They'll be very effective. But I think these three are so far the most interesting kind of common level melee tank that you're going to have access to on the black team. And so then I start thinking, what would make these guys be more amazing? And that's where I came with the 1 speed, the 1 attack, and the 1 shield. Because one of all three of these guys' biggest problem is the fact that they don't have shield, for instance. Telecore Deceiver has Flying, Blackfire, and Retaliate. Nightmare has Blast and Phase. Undead Rex has a Trample and Stun. There's no perseverance to any of them. They all have pretty good hit pulls. Quite a number of hit points for each of them. But none of them has Void. None of them has Shield. None of them has Void Shield. Or Thorns, for that matter. So any of those things that you see with a traditional tank that really give it that longevity. Yes, Nightmare has the Phase, which lets it dodge around magic attacks. And this one has the Retaliate, which can be like a Thorns almost. But again, you know, really Shield or Void are so important to a primary tank. In my opinion, that makes a tank. And so if you came along and you just dropped, maybe that's too overpowered though. 1 speed, 1 melee, and 1 shield, giving shield to everything. I don't mean 1 armor, I mean they all have shield, which cuts melee damage in half. That could possibly be too overpowered, but I think it might be on the table for this conversation. That's my speculation on the black team. What do you guys think in the comments below? This is something I'm really excited about. This conversation around what could they do here, and like how would you justify that, and would that then ruin blank, or confuse the meta, or would it turn it on its head? All of that is so much fun. If we were at a bar right now, just 20 or 30 of us talking, I would love this conversation for just this one conversation for half an hour or an hour. So please leave comments below letting me know what you think specifically about black team, but other teams too. I mentioned quickly the rares and what I think is going to happen there, because clearly we are going to get new rare summoners. If you don't know that already, we're going to get legendary summoners, and I think also we're going to get new epic summoners. Because remember, quickly look at this. Look at summoners regular. Okay, so beta. From the beta, we had the old 2-cost epics. I expect us to get new 2-cost epics. Okay, so that'll mean that you get summoner that has 1 last mana cost but no benefit whatsoever. It's not no benefit whatsoever. You have to note that these summoners have different levels of monster ability. They can allow different levels of monsters at different tiers than the other monsters can allow. And in certain circumstances, and you have to pay particularly close attention to each level, and you can see there are different unique differences that are going to benefit you at different levels of play. That's all I can really say about that. But definitely level 2, epic, these are going to be replaced, I think. So I'm expecting, that's my thoughts on the rares, that's my thoughts on the epics, and that's my thoughts on the legendaries. And I don't know if we're going to get any new common summoners. They've kind of talked about they want to, but then they're not really sure, and maybe they will and maybe they won't. Nope, that's my answer to your question. That was the first question that prompted me to say today I'm gonna do this, and that was from 8888, and he gave me his account name. So let's go over here. Let's send the man some SPS. I only have a few. I only have 27 or so, but we're gonna send some out. Transfer. Oh. 3 player. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for supporting the channel, for the likes and the subscriptions. I said in a previous video, and I don't know if you guys caught it, we're going to do a 5K celebration, and during that we're going to give away 5 Chaos Legion packs, so you can see for yourself what they hold in probably a month's time. Okay, comments. Okay. Turak here, great idea. And honestly, I guess he's talking, the YouTube membership. Thank you. Honestly, first one I'd even think of subbing to. Appreciate that, man. Thanks. It's nice to see somebody who thinks the way I do and reaffirms it. Just sucks when I come up with a card and I want to focus on, and you talk about it and then it goes crazy. So I have a couple questions. First, did they leak what cards are going to be before packs are able? Do they leak what cards are going to be before the packs are able to be opened to give us a teaser? And second, what were some of the previous metas that you have seen since I've been around for so long? So that maybe we can extrapolate that data and figure out the next one. Ooh. Wow, that's like 3 big questions. Well, first of all, you said it sucks when I come up with a card and I want to focus on, and then like you said but when I do a video, then it goes crazy. All of my content is going to be put into my members only section for like 12 to 24 hours. And so if some of you guys feel that I am making good calls on those cards, if you think that that is going to be something that would add value to you, understand that my content is going now. It's still coming public, but all of my content is being, that's one of my perks. I think it might be a silver level perk. I don't remember if it's an everything perk. I think it might be an every level perk. And you can see when if you're interested, you can explore the different tiers. I don't want to do that now because all my windows are set up so that we can talk about these questions. But my content is going to be funneled through my members window, and that's because those guys are helping support this channel, and I want them to have that first access. That's one of the arrangements, one of the agreements like that are right in the right in there. So that's what I would say to you. If you feel that that's particularly valuable and you wish you were seeing that sooner, that's right there for you, and it will be 12 to 24 hours in advance of being public on my channel. So first thing. Second thing, do they leak what cards are going to be before the packs are able to open? Not usually. No, almost never. Except like maybe one or two, they just want to give you something to be excited about, and they'll show you maybe the picture but not the ability, or they'll show you the ability but not the summoner or which splinter he's in. So not in a way that would allow you to draw meaningful conclusions or definitive conclusions. Okay, so short answer is no. No. And then the last thing you said was, what were some of the previous metas you've seen before, so that we can extrapolate? I'm not certain that you would be able to extrapolate from that, but you would go over, the best way to maybe look at that would be to come over here and just erase. You don't want to look at rewards, you don't want to look at untamed, you don't want to look at dice, you just want to look at beta. Alpha, beta. Alpha and beta are just copies, so just beta. And then just regular. And then every splinter. So in the old days, I really felt fire was melee damaged. Like that was what I felt they did well. Elemental Phoenix is an amazing monster that does 4 magic damage at the highest levels. And Fire Demon is one of the best archers in the game, especially for the 4 mana cost. But these guys were exceptions to the primary role of this team, which was melee. And that's evolving, and we've seen it change as we got new monsters, and now it's becoming more magic based. That's why I think the new rare summoner for fire is going to be magic. That's why I said previously that I think Efreet Elder is going to be more expensive, and you guys seem to agree with me because his price went up quite a bit. So this was around like $150 or something. And then I talked about how I think there's going to be a magic team here, and it went up to 3 or 4, and now it's about $250, $270. I think there's going to be a magic team a magic summoner for the fire team. And you can just see now as I've included the rewards, fire magic, fire magic, fire magic, fire magic, right? Magic. So now it's the meta has changed in that way for fire. In my opinion, that's the next step for this thing. We go over to blue. I don't know if I want to do this for every team. That would prevent me from probably answering a lot of questions, but this is what I would say to you. Let's do blue, and then let's call it there on that. And maybe I should just do it all. You guys probably want to see this. I think this is a good question. So beta, blue. The old blue obviously was magic, right? Alric defined what they were capable of doing. And so cards like Medusa became really meta and super overpowered at like 3 magic at the highest levels with a 4 mana cost. It's super cheap, like mana cost cheap, not US dollar cheap. Card's super expensive. But that and Mischievous Mermaid, and then there are more. Where are they? Promo cards, I guess. Are they rewards? Sea Genie, there's another one. That's too new. Ruler of the Seas, yeah. So Sea Genie, Ruler of the Seas were both reward cards. They're old reward cards. Medusa, Mischievous Mermaid, and Alrek. And then some neutral monster, throw in like Prismatic Energy or something. That was always a thing for them. But I think obviously we're not going to have Alrek in the new meta. And so I believe they've already set the stage for making blue the melee team. And you can see that when you look at modern reward cards and you see what the Demented Shark is obviously poised to do with the Inspire at level 1, you know, with a good amount of hit points at the highest level and the, you know, 1 armor, speed, good amount of attack, the Thorns, the Inspire. This is the perfect rear quarterback. He sits in the back of your team. He's got those thorn damage, so if any sort of little sneak attackers come along, he's going to hurt them, maybe kill them. And he's going to be inspiring the whole team in front of him. So I think that's the new play for blue. And I think you're going to see that comboed up with, you know, like a really powerful sneak attack play with like Pellicor Bandit here and Uraeus, that new neutral sneak attack monster. So that's my thinking on blue. Look at green. And I don't know if I just said it now, but blue will have, I believe, blue will be the new melee team and they will get a rare +1 melee summoner. That's my thinking. Now green. We go back to beta. I don't know if I felt these guys had healing. That's what I feel about these guys. When you went against a beta team, you're at a higher level, you're always frustrated by their healing ability. Flesh Golem with the huge amount of hit points, 11, and the Void with the self heal, and then you always ran into it with a, I think it was the Wood Nymph is always present, and it's super helpful at the lowest level. It's already got tank heal, and then later on they gave us another healer. Where is he? Is it Untamed? It is. Where is that other healer and what's it called? The one with triage and is it a dice? I don't know. I can't find it right now. But there is another healer on the green team. So my point is that the thing for them to me always was their self-sustaining ability. Flesh Golem, Earth Elemental, Spirit of the Forest, Wood Nymph. There's another healer. I can't remember its name right now. And even cards like Swamp Thing, which don't have self-heal, but have a huge amount of hit points for 2 mana cost. There was just, this team was such a meat shield. Even Spirit of the Forest, which is a tank healer, comes out of the gate with 8 hit points. This team was such a meat shield from start to finish. And a lot of them had heals. That's what I felt about these teams. And if you go into reward to try and look at a new green team, you start to see a little bit of a different story. Yes, there's a self-heal with the Pellicor Mercenary, but there is no early tank-specific healer. There's the Wood Nymph, but that's an old reward card. It shows up here because it's a reward, but it will not be in the modern game, only in the wild format. And so right now we don't have a tank healer that's going to... Yes, we do. I keep saying that, but because I can't see it, I keep suggesting we don't have another one. I know we do. Where is it? There. Princess Chimer. What are you? Untamed. So there you go. This card will be present in the modern format, not in the wild, because it's a modern Untamed card. Now that's going to be one more tank heal, but like I just pointed out, you used to have three. You used to have this one, the wood nymph, and that legendary one that I just showed you. That legendary one I just showed you. Spirit of the Forest. That's 3 tank healers. This team was so thick and so easily replenished. That was their thing. And now I don't think that's going to be where they're going in the future. I don't exactly see a clear, defined next step. Do you? Mylor is the best summoner for this team, I think. Everybody seems to agree. I'd say the tanks that you can count on are going to be Unicorn Mustang and Pellicor Mercenary. So where does that leave us? I don't know. I don't see a clear... I'm actually, you know what? I feel like they're going to get a repair summoner. They don't have a ton of armored monsters, but they have Biceratops. They have Oaken Behemoth. And I think there's a magic one that I just saw. Reward. This one, Centauri Mage. No, it doesn't have armor. I thought it did. So I think that's just 2 of them. But for some reason, especially, I get the feeling that they're going to do like some sort of +1 or +2 or, you know, something with armor. That would be a different take. Like plus armor and repair would be a different way to kind of sustain that that green team philosophy of just, you know, sustainability, a lot of hit points, huge meat shields. That's my speculation, but I don't feel as confident with that one. As always, guys, leave the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking. Because I feel pretty strong about blue and red. Green, less so. I'm going to try this one, and then I might move on, and I might keep going. We'll see. I want to see how this one goes, and then decide. Okay, old white. Silver Shield Paladin was like the quarterback with the shield. And then archery was they're so powerful at archery. Between the Peacebringer and the Air Elemental. Angel of Light with the Resurrect. I don't know if there was any Resurrect before that one. I think that was the first. And then later they got a second Resurrect. And then they have a summoner that does Resurrect. They could do like a triple Resurrect situation. And repair. These are things that I associate. Like Resurrect, repair, shield, lots of archery damage. But I think the new white is more sneak attack focused, isn't it? And by the way, heals. White had 3 healers. There was Divine Healer, Venari Crystalsmith, and Angel of Light. Is that it? Yeah, that's 3 different healers. And I think now they're going to have less healers, less shield maybe, and I think they're going to be more sneak attack. And the reason Silver Shield's Assassin is obviously sneak attack and super powerful at it. And I don't know if they even need to add more cards to that to make it so that White Bee ends up being a sneak attack team. But if they add one more, say 3 cost melee monster, 3 or 4 cost melee monster that is like powerful at sneak with like a 3 or 4 attack, I'd say that's a lock. Because this is such a quarterback that it will continue to define the meta for this Splinter, so long as there is like a half decent tank that can just distract and keep you busy. And of course we've got, with the Untamed, you've got the Shield Bearer that's going to have that taunt. So I think that play is going to continue and probably just be more rounded out. That was a bit quicker, so let's try black. Okay, so the old Lord of Darkness, Haunted Spirit. Those are your 2 tanks from the old days, and they kicked butt all the time. Oh, this team's so good. I love these cards. I'm just looking at them and just being like, I wish I had more of them. Magic was, of course, a very powerful thing for them because you had a Phantom Soldier, you had Enchanted Dark Enchantress, Fallen Spectre, Screaming Banshee. Really strong Magic teams came out of this team. Of course, they never had a +1 or a -1 Magic summoner. Maybe they could be the new -1 Magic summoner. Because I do think there's going to be a -1, and I don't really know who it's going to go to. I think their old quarterback is obviously Lord of Darkness, and then Haunted Spirit in that order, and it's a very distinct order. Haunted Spirit does not compare, but it is an excellent tank as long as you're not facing off against the Lord of Darkness. Moving forward, I think we're definitely dealing with a Hark Law as one of the main tanks. Now, this isn't nearly as good as Lord of Darkness. It's very, very good. It's not nearly as good as Lord of Darkness. So when I look at this team, I think what is lacking is Nightmare is amazing, but without Shield or Void, to me it's situational and it works best with +2 speed Kitty. Maybe they could do like a Dispel. You know how we were talking earlier about the summoner? What if the legendary summoner was +1 magic? Sorry, I mean +1 speed, +1 melee, +1 like Dispel to all your monsters. Not Dispel. This one. Backfire. That could be interesting. This black has got a lot of speed now. Interesting. But yeah, I think black moving the next step for black is probably a legendary summoner that's going to redefine black. Because right now, I don't think their legendary summoner competes. I really don't think Mimosa is in the same league as Kitty or Yodin. Mimosa is excellent, but they're not. It's not nearly the same. Okay, that's what I think about that, and that's all of them, right? There's technically Dragon and Neutral, but I don't know. You know what? This is not a conversation for Dragon, because Dragon was always like an extra that you tack on to your other teams. So it didn't have its own exact meta per se. It just had things that complemented, and they're all really big legendary monsters that just slip in amazingly with any team. So that's my thoughts. That's a long answer to a very detailed question. Did you leave your... You did not. Nathan, leave your in-game name next time, bud. Okay. Defrost. Let's just go... Oh no, this is good. Got me chillin' music. Can I join your guild, Dwayne? You can, but you need to win your way into it. You got to show your ability. You got to show your strength by getting in there and competing at a high level in this tournament, which I'm going to quickly show you. Fence. For heal, right here, close. Fence. On the 29th of October, which is 3 days, there's going to be a Time and Attention Discord tournament for 100 DEC. You can get into the guild by being the top 5. You'll win an opportunity to be one of our interns. Then one from the internship, you need to hang out in the Discord and show that you're into the game, that you continue to be excited about the same things we're excited about, passionate about this game, passionate about sharing knowledge and growing community. And then you would be potentially selected to be pulled into the team as we have spots available. So there's your answer. Yes, you can, but you got to win your way in. There's only 25 people competing right now, and this is a $40 card. So guys, sign up for that tournament. You're gonna miss out. Squash says, you have a beautiful family. This really puts a smile on my face. Thanks, man. I shared some photos today. I have 2 beautiful daughters. God has blessed me more than I deserve. I have a lovely wife that puts up with too much crap from me, and I'm a very lucky man. So yeah, thank you for sharing your kind words. I'm really glad they put a smile on my face every day. Today they're dressed up. They had like a music thing with some friends online, and they had like they sing songs together. They got dressed up like Halloween stuff together, and then they have like this guy who comes on and shows animals, like here's a snake and here's a bird and here's a rabbit, and tells the children about it. And one of my kids is dressed up like him. She's got like this little like safari outfit, and she's got the little safari hat, and she has a little badge that says Luminous Critters. And anyways, they're super adorable, and I'm a super lucky man. Thank you. Okay, Monsieur Caruso says, the first YouTube membership I am actually interested in. Thank you for your time and attention. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Watching this channel grow is awesome. 5K, let's go. Yeah, Pitch Black, we're gonna get it, bud. We're gonna get 5K, and I don't even know where this is gonna stop. When honestly, I used to do YouTube videos and there'd be 10 views, and like I'm deeply passionate about a lot of economic stuff. Like inflation and like economic collapse and like really big topics that are, you know, not perhaps the most interesting, but I was sharing this information and I started getting a few likes and a few subscriptions, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. 10 likes or 50 subscribers. Holy cow. But maybe because it wasn't my, you know, my deepest passion, maybe because crypto and Splinterlands has been that for several years, and then along comes a bull run and there's a ton more people signing up for this game, and I just was positioned at a time to be able to share a passion with you guys and a wealth of knowledge that you needed access to right now, because this game's now taking off and these cards are now exploding in value. And how do I maximize my rewards for my time and attention? So it was really, I mean, I can't put it any other way. It's just God put me through down a line, walking down a path to now this place where maybe this might be moved from a pastime to a full-time. And so I don't know, man. I don't know where it's going to go. Like, I'm surprised we have 4,000 subscribers. I'm surprised when I had 60, I was surprised. And now it's like 5K feels for sure. Are we going to go to 50K? Are we going to go to 500K? There's now 700,000 spellbooks sold. I don't know where this is going to stop, and I'm pumped for it. So I hope you are too. And if you like me talking about this sort of content and you think you get value, make sure you like and subscribe. Lucas said, he just said exciting. Yeah, man, thanks. I hope you guys are excited about the membership thing. I hope you guys see that I'm going to be pouring a lot of value into that. And at the same time, that my viewers who can't afford to contribute in that way, you're going to get value from this channel. I'm going to see to it that content is still relevant, important, and exciting and timely. So please don't think of this as mandatory. It's one way that I'm seeking to turn this from a pastime to a full-time. And, you know, I appreciate it. Every person that subs is amazing. Every membership is amazing. But by no means, guys, it is not necessary. It's just wonderfully appreciated is all. Sherwin said, I'd attempt to win bronze tournament if I had the cards, but my main element is Earth and I'm using Mylor Summoner. Really need diversity in our card collection to have a chance to win in those win streaks. Once we get a 1600 rating, we are fighting against a player in Silver 1 or Gold 3, even though we haven't progressed in our current league. Yeah, you're right. So he's talking about how when you start to get at the highest level of a league, you don't have to leave the league. You can choose whether or not you want to leave the league. When you're in a given league, bronze, he said he thinks he could win it, and bronze caps out at 999. So then you get up to 1,000 rating, because you can win past that. You win one more time after that, and it says, hey, do you want to join silver? And you can say no. And why would you say no? Because you want to win the bronze league. And if you win the bronze league, there's some huge rewards. Leaderboard, bronze, there's 30,000 DC to the winner of bronze. That's crazy. Hey, it's Schwarzschild. He won the last tournament that we just threw out. Good for you, bud. So anyways, 30,000 DC is a lot of money. And that's why you'd want to stay around there. But he's right. once you start, like, you look at this guy, he's got rating of 2600 and he's playing in bronze. That means he's fighting against like diamond level players. That's like a diamond level rating, I think. Diamond, is that right? 2600 diamond. Yeah, no, that's like high gold. Wow. So yeah, you're right. It's super hard to win those leagues. One time I came in 33rd within diamond, and that was very tough. And it came into the last 5 minutes of the league, of the season. Make sure you, Sherman, make sure you leave your in-game name next time, bud. Nice opening. I love getting any cards to do with my DQs now. Blessing. The huge rewards. This one was crazy. There was $70 or so worth of rewards in that one. I love getting cards to do with my DQs. I don't know what DQs are. Is it obvious and I'm just not seeing it? Somebody tell me in the comments. I don't know what DQs are, my dude. Then you, let's see. I just made 1.17 SPS while we were talking there. 1.17 SPS. Player. Boom. Thank you for always commenting, dude. See your name in there all the time. Okay. Definitely, Adam Waller says, definitely interested. Looking forward to getting more details on this. I appreciate your time and the generosity that you give to your viewers. You have heart. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. So Adam's asking about the different members only content, and I have it here so that I can remember it for myself. At bronze, we're giving, there's loyalty badges next to your name in the comments and live chat. So that those loyalty badges evolve as you stay with the channel longer and longer, and it's like a rank associated with, you know, your how long you've been a member. And so then there's custom emojis to use in the comments and live chats. There's member only live chats, priority reply to comments. The comments actually come up in a different window in my community section, and so I can get those and isolate them in a way that I can't with your guys' comments, because these are just all of my comments across, you know, all of my videos, even those of which were months old. Then silver, and this is a $3 back. I think it's $2.99 for this bracket, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. You have to check the tiers. Silver, I think, is $8.99, and it says early access to new videos. Okay, so it's silver that's going to get access to the new videos. Member shoutouts, photos and status updates, exclusive members only videos. Yep, there will be. I think it's weekly. The details are in the window. If you're interested in this stuff, you can go look at it more in. There's collapsed down menus, and it says this is what that's going to look like, and here's the link, and so on. But there will be members only videos, and there'll be members only live streams, more frequent than those at the bronze level. And lastly, right now we have champion. This one's quite a bit of money, but it's going to have a lot more of a personal touch. There's even going to be like one-on-one coaching with these guys, and video collaborations where I'll do deck analysis and like tips and tricks, and just watch your gameplay, and we'll literally, you know, participants willing, film a video that's going to go out to the thousands of people that are watching the channel, and maybe help them all grow too. And so again, that's going to be on a much more personal basis, and it's possible that those members might want that service but not to have it public. That's going to be an option that I would absolutely allow them to have discretion over. But there will be private coaching regardless of whether that is public, made public thereafter, or whether it is not. And then there's going to be discounts on time and attention gear, which we are going to be launching some gear. I'm already working out some kind of distribution solutions, and you know, everything you might imagine that needs to be done before you start selling merch. Okay, so this is what's available to you, and thank you for considering it. Arlo said, "One happy family." Yes, man. Most of the day, most days we are. You know, we're just like everybody else. We get grumpy too, and sometimes it feels like when you look at photos, such like they're perfect and there's joy and there's nothing. We get grumpy too. And, you know, my eldest daughter and my wife are sick today. They've been sick for a couple of days. You know, energy levels are low. And so just like you guys. So, you know, I hope when you see those photos, you don't think these guys have it perfect or whatever. Like, I don't know if I've ever talked about my youngest daughter, but my little girl, Lumina, she has a very serious illness and she has seizures regularly, like every day. The day before we met her, the doctor said she'd probably die. You know, 10 minutes, they thought she would just be born and then die. And I remember, you know, terrified, you know, overwhelmed, asking, you know, if she dies that day, like, would we be able to keep her and like hold her for a little while and just be with her? And of course they said yes, that would be fine. And so, I mean, I suspect you guys who are watching these videos don't have perfect lives, and neither do I. But I'll tell you one thing, that it's those hard moments that end up making you just look at the joy that you have in every single second of life. As hard as that is, that's her reality and part of her life, and that's a hurdle that she has. Each one of us has hurdles, whether it's anxiety or depression or fear or, you know, cancer or whatever, right? And if you don't have hurdles yet, you're gonna. I don't wish that on you, but it's just life. And so there's beauty in that reality, because it ends up shaking you. It like grabs you at your core and says, pay attention to what you've got. Be grateful for this moment, because you don't get a promise for the next one. And so that's the thing that I feel like God has done on my heart by introducing me to his daughter Lumina. And so thank you for saying such kind words about my family. And I do feel blessed, and we are lucky, and we have tons of joy. But just, I say all that to give you a little bit more of a peek behind the veil, because you guys know life's not as clean as like Instagram photos make it look. And so, and I know some of you have it real hard. And I hope when you see the love and the joy that I mean to share with you through photo posts, that we're going to increase, and we're going to increase those, by the way, because I do know that you guys want to kind of see more about that, and you want to know me better. I love it. Let's do it. But understand that there's more to it than that. And we're going to be showing the joyful moments, and maybe not so many of the tearful moments, but they're there too. Okay? Thanks for the comment. Appreciate you, Arlo. I am running late for dinner, I think, so I got to check the time. We're going to do 3 more questions. Pop in Stock says SPS is dropping back to where it was not long ago at 25 cents. Whoa, dude, if it goes to 25 cents, ooh. I mean, maybe he's right. I want to be perfectly clear, because I think he's referring to, no, I wonder why he's saying that on that video. Did I talk about SPS there? I don't think so. I'm very bullish on SPS. I think SPS is a governance token that will allow a voice from me over the development and direction of this amazing life-changing video game. So I think SPS is super important. Not only is it a governance token that will help me direct and shape the future of this game I love that's changing my life, but also it's a cryptocurrency that appreciates wildly as people grow in their understanding of what it is. And that's what we've seen over the last, 11 years or so since crypto's been around. And I think we're going to keep seeing that. And I think this is a bull run, and that bull run will end. And there'll be another bear market, and there'll be people who say Splinterlands is dead and Bitcoin is dead and crypto is a garbage and trash, and I'll be here buying SPS, probably, I don't know for what prices, but I'll be buying it every month until the next bull run for years, and I'll just get bags on bags on bags, because I believe in this game, and I believe in crypto, and I believe in specifically SPS. And so could it go to 25 cents? Yeah, sure, probably. But in the short term, I would be super eager to get it at 25 cents. I'm buying it now at 57 cents. And I do think that the bull run is not done yet for cryptocurrency and that it's not done yet for Splinterlands. And I do think that we're going to see major gains in SPS, but I say that with my own degree of confidence with my own money. If you were in front of me, and I have friends and family that ask me this, like, what should I buy? You seem so confident. I am super conservative with them and with you. Like, I don't say this to you to try and hype you or to tell you to go buy it. I'm a dude on the internet. My point is, I don't want to give you investment advice. I don't know your situation. But I personally want as much risk within this game as I can. That's why I've been buying SPT. That's why I'm buying SPS. That's why I buy a ton of new reward cards, and why I will buy a bunch of Chaos Legion once those vouchers go away. Let's get 2 more. John Ju Wax says, thanks for always putting up great content about Splinterlands. This game really gives rewards for those who give time and attention. Looking forward for your collabs and more subs, and also the giveaways. That Jin Chwala and Venari Gold foil are awesome. I hope that I can get it someday. Thanks again. I'm sure you will, John Ju, if you just stay with it, bud. And for the collabs, this Friday we got something coming out for collaboration with another Splinter tuber. I'm super pumped about it. You guys are gonna love it. Stick around, stay tuned, like and subscribe. One more. God bless. Yeah, you too, Gabriel. Sometimes I see you, man. Your passion shines through, Dwayne. Appreciate everything you do. Very positive. Thank you. Okay, guys, I got to call it there. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I love you guys, every one of you. Check out the community tab if you want to see more about what's up. You come into here and see, where is it? Memberships, and there's different memberships available to you. Come check it out. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.